And then after that, didn't really create a lot. Of course, there was a few chances at the end, but just not enough quality in the final third. And, I said at the start, that's when this United team struggled, breaking down defences, stubborn defences. Who's that creative player playing in the pockets? Who's giving the width? Them constant crosses, switching the ball. And, but credit to Bournemouth as well. Defended well, especially that lad Ake and Cook, the captain, as well.
There was a bounce from United going in with their recent run.
Yeah.
What about what you saw today?
Again, I actually think that in these games, you don't. I'm not talking about blaming the front three, but it's their responsibility to go to Bournemouth and to frighten them. They did for 10 minutes, and then after that, it never quite happened. I thought Martial in the end was non-existent, and this is the problem I think United have. If you're going to rely on him, you are going to end up anywhere from 7th to 3rd. And I don't know where that is. Genuinely, Steve, before the show you said to me about Anthony Martial, he is a serious talent, but he don't really want to put his head down and shift across the ground, I don't think, like some of the other guys do at the very top of their game at the moment, the Sterlings, the Manes, and the Mo Salahs. You don't work hard enough. And I think today he's playing against Steve Cook, who's as honest a Premier League player as you'll find. He shouldn't have slept very well last night, Steve Cook, going into this game against those boys. And he'll sleep like a baby tonight because it was pretty straightforward for him. And I don't think those boys are doing enough. I don't know if Marcus Rashford gets a bit fed up sometimes when he doesn't play down the middle, where he now feels like he wants to play there. I still think he's very effective when he plays wider. I would exclude Dan James. I think Dan James played well. I think he always looks like he's running with his foot to the floor. Martial, to me, does never look like he's absolutely busting everything he's got at his disposal to try and make the difference for his team. He strolls through too many games, and he did it again today.
We heard Josh King there say he was surprised at the amount of time and space he had for the goal. And as you said at half-time, they'll be bitterly disappointed not to have done better.
Yeah, you shouldn't get that time in the box at all as a centre-forward, For him to chest it up, bounce up and still not have a challenge on him. I touched on Wan-Bissaka. He's got to stay goal side. He tries to nick it, but Lindelof tries to read the pass where he's got enough time to nick the ball. First and foremost, he's a defender, clear the ball. And it was a really poor goal to give away. So United will be disappointed with that one. Too weak. On a run of 4, it's only 3 games, but you can't afford to give soft goals like that away.
That is a poor goal. If United had Josh King today, I'll tell you what, the outcome might have been a lot different. Not just because of his goals, but because of the way that he chases every lost cause, makes something out of nothing, gets his team a free kick higher up the field. He showed a sort of a real desire, I thought, today, and was, rightly at the end being, enjoying his performance and enjoying his goal. But disappointing for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that, having just got going, they get pegged back again and leave everyone scratching their heads and thinking, now what?
They did have a late rally, as you say, and ironically, it came after a double substitution. 2 teenagers on, Williams and Greenwood almost scored with his first touch.
Yeah, Greenwood's made an impact when he has come off the bench. He's a goal scorer, and it's a good ball in by Fred. And yeah, we were just talking, me and Andy, if maybe he'd been on a little bit longer, more of the pace of the game, then he would have scored that. But yeah, half chances. This is a half chance. But again, me and Andy, as soon as McTominay gets the ball there, he's shooting. So where's the United lads following in for the rebound? I mean, the keeper's saved that right back into where a United player should be, looking for that rebound. So that was really poor. And I touched on Cook as well as Ake. Fantastic last-ditch tackle there.
Is it a worry that it takes 2 teenagers to come off the bench and get that kind of
galvanising? Give you a spark.
Yeah.
It is a worry considering the last few games, Steve. Considering the way they played against Chelsea midweek and the way they played for an hour against Liverpool, you'd think they'd be, like you mentioned the word, bouncing into games. And that is a bit of a worry. I think that all of a sudden you're looking at young lads like that to come off the bench and provide a little bit of zip and a bit of zest in their game second half. I never felt that United goal was coming. It was either going to be a mistake or the conditions or something like that. I never felt, which has always been their trademark for decades, the relentless nature with which they eventually find something. didn't feel that was coming today.
1 down, 9 to go on this Premier League. Half-time, Bournemouth leading Manchester United right on the stroke of the end of the first half by 1-0. Not really a scoreline that tells the story of that first half, though, Andy.
No, I think first 20 minutes United were bright, they were sharp. I think we felt like a goal was coming for them. It didn't materialise, and then slowly Bournemouth have got back in it, but hadn't really worried David De Gea at all. And they've scored a goal pretty much out of nothing, Steve, which will be really disappointed from the United camp. They could have defended that a lot better.
Yeah, do you agree? This could have been avoided?
Oh, definitely. There's a number of mistakes, really. I think Wan-Bissaka tries to nick the ball where he should perhaps stay goal side. And Lindelof, I don't know what Lindelof's doing. I think he's sort of trying to read the layoff, but you've got to go for the ball. There's enough time there to go for the ball. I mean, to chest it, wait for it to come down, bounce, and still score. Lindelof there, he just goes towards, I think it's Harry Wilson, is it?
Goes towards the penalty spot line, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's just trying to read the layoff, but he's got to go for the ball. And we can see it from
the reverse angle, the next angle. Watch Victor Lindelof here. Number 2.
Wan-Bissaka gets goal side, and then he should just stay goal side. But Lindelof, he's got enough time there just to take the ball off Josh King's foot. It's a really poor goal to give away.
Good goal from his point of view, Steve. Persistence there from Josh King, kept the ball alive in awful conditions, winds blustering all over the place, rain coming at you 1 minute, it's behind you the next. It's really awkward. He kept it alive, and he's got his team a goal on a precious lead.
Prior to that, we saw an incident in the Bournemouth penalty area. Did you think Manchester United had a case at all for a penalty here?
No, I didn't think it was a pen. And I didn't see what the fuss was about, really. I think Martial just sort of gets eased off the ball, really. I don't think he's looking for a pen, particularly. And then Lerma sort of thinks that he's dived.
So it's cool there, Lerma, doesn't he, Ryan?
Yeah, and he's not got a great record. I mean, his booking record isn't great. So yeah, it was. I didn't think it was a pen.
No, it looks like he said something to Anthony Martial on the floor there, because Ryan's spot on. Martial wasn't protesting or looking for a penalty, or not at all. He's just been hit. He's gone over. The referee's dealt with it, and then all of a sudden a bit of silliness, and there's a couple of yellow cards brandished.
As you said, United started on the front foot, and the man we talked with Ryan about, Dan James, was right at the forefront of it, wasn't they? Had a couple of chances.
Good. Down the right side, they were looking to leave him one-on-one with Rico, and he's good in these situations. We saw in the Liverpool game, if you give Dan James a chance to pick his head up, might have done a little bit more with one or two of them, Ryan.
Yeah, it's similar to the Liverpool goal, really. It's not this. I mean, this is something that Dan's got so much better, choosing the right option. It was this one, really. If you just watch Marcus at the top of the picture,
once he gets this one back there,
he just play? And it's similar to the Liverpool goal. He's in that back post, but it's not a bad cross in the end, and Fred's got to do better.
Yeah, but actually in that first 15-20 minute spell, that was a lovely strike. He hit that beautifully there. It just didn't come back. He hit it so hard, and it stayed true and just outside the post. But all the signs were, it was looking, what we spoke about before the game, it was looking pretty ominous for Bournemouth there, first 20 minutes. But United were unable to really ram home that advantage and score. And Bournemouth now have given Ollie something to think about.
They certainly have. One Norwegian has given another Norwegian